Okay, good morning, grade 10. So today we are going to discuss your week 5 module, and this is all about problems involving sequences. For this topic, we have two objectives. Number one is you are going to identify problems as arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence, or geometric series. And then you are going to solve problems that involve sequences. Now, let us have different examples of problems that illustrate arithmetic sequence and arithmetic series, and then problems that illustrate geometric sequence or geometric series. The first example, let us read and analyze. Ferdinand saved 10 pesos on the first day of the year, 12 pesos on the second day, 14 pesos on the third day, and so on up to the end of the year. How much did he save on the 365th day? So let us analyze the data in the problem. The data are 10, 12, 14. The amount saved by Ferdinand each day of the year. So the sequence form will be 10, 12, 14. So based on the sequence form, if you are going to analyze the pattern, each term is obtained by adding 2 or by adding a constant number 2, meaning there is a common difference, and the common difference is 2. Therefore, this problem is an arithmetic sequence because you are asked to find the 365th term, the savings on the 300, the amount that Ferdinand will save on the 365th day, meaning you are going to solve for the value of a sub n, and that is the nth term of the arithmetic sequence. So again, this problem illustrates an arithmetic sequence since there is a common difference and you are asked to find the 365th term or the value of a sub 365. Now let us have another example. Cherry made deposits from her school allowance as follows: 10 on the first week, 13 on the second week, and 16 on the third week, and so on. How much was her total school allowances after 52 deposits? So this problem illustrates an arithmetic series. Why? Because the sequence form is 10, 13, 16, and so on. So the common difference on the terms 10, 13, 16 is 3 by adding a constant number 3. So that is an arithmetic. This is a series because you are asked to find the total school allowances after 52 deposits. So you are going to solve for the value of S sub 52. Because you are going to add 10, so the series will be 10 plus 13 plus 16 plus 19 and so on and so forth up to the 52 terms of the sequence. Therefore, this problem is an arithmetic series. Again, you are asked to find the total school allowances after 52 deposits. It means that you are going to apply the sum of the terms of the arithmetic sequence, total. So, naka-emphasize yung word na total. So, you are going to solve for S sub 52 for an arithmetic sequence. So, series, since you are going to add, find the sum. Next, for number 3, a certain bacterial culture doubles in number every hour. If one bacterium is placed in a glass beaker at 8 a.m., how many will be there at 12 midnight? So this is an example of a geometric sequence because the keyword here is doubles. Doubles means we are going to multiply the number of bacteria by 2. Namumultiply siya sa 2. So, ibig sabihin, kung dun sa at 8 a.m., there is one bacterium and after an hour, it will be doubled. So, at 9 a.m., it will become 2. Then, 10 a.m., the bacteria will be 4. 11 a.m., the bacteria will be 8. So it is multiplied by 2. And the sequence form will be 1, 2, 4, 8, and so on. So you just multiply it by 2. Multiplying by 2, meaning we have a common ratio. Common ratio is a number, a constant number that is multiplied to the term of the geometric sequence. So there is a common ratio, and the common ratio is 2. Again, by multiplying, the keyword is double, means you multiply it by 2. So this is a geometric sequence. And you are asked to find the 17th term. So why is it 17th term? Because if you are going to write down the given data based on the problem, starting from 8 a.m. up to 12 midnight, there are 17 terms for the number of bacteria from 8 a.m. up to 12 midnight. And you are asked to find the number of bacteria at 12 midnight, and that is the 17th term. Meaning you are going to solve for a sub 17 of this geometric sequence. Okay? Next, number 4. A student saved 10 pesos on the first day and doubled his savings each day thereafter. How much was his total savings after 7 days? So this is a geometric series. Since the keyword here is doubled, again, each term after the first term is multiplied by 2. There is a common ratio, and the common ratio is 2. Meaning, if the first term is 10, the second term will be 20, the next term will be 40. So you multiply each term by 2 up to the 7th day. And this problem is a geometric series because the series will be 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 80 and so on up to the 7th term. And you are asked to find for the total savings after 7 days. So naka-emphasize again yung word na total, meaning you need to find the sum. You are going to apply addition operation, and the formula that you are going to use is the formula for finding S sub 7 for a geometric sequence. Since this is a problem involving finding the total, finding the sum, this is a geometric series. I hope these 4 problems are clear to you on how you're going to determine if the problem is an arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence, geometric series. Again, this is a sequence is a geometric series or an arithmetic series if you are asked to find the total, the sum, or the sum. So that is a series. Arithmetic if there is a constant number added to the first term in order to obtain the next term. Geometric series if there is a constant constant number multiplied to the first term in order to obtain the next term. So arithmetic if there is a common difference, geometric if there is a common ratio. Now, the following are the formulas that you are going to apply if you are asked to solve for arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence, and geometric series. So if the problem involves arithmetic sequence, the formula that you are going to apply is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times the common difference, where a sub n is the nth term. For example, you are going to find the 7 terms, you are looking for a sub 7. So that is the nth term or the last term. A sub 1 is the first term, n is the number of terms, and then d is our common difference. So the formula that you are going to apply if the problem involves arithmetic series or finding the sum of terms, the formula will be S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity 2 times first term plus n minus 1 times d. S sub n pertains to the total or sum of the terms. If you are going to find the sum of the first 10 terms, so you're going to look for S sub 10. So n again is the number of terms, A sub 1 again is the first term, n is the number of terms, and D is the common difference. Now, for a geometric sequence or problems that involve geometric sequence, the formula will be a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. So r here is the common ratio, then n minus 1 is the power of r. For a geometric sequence, the formula will be S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r raised to n all over 1 minus r. So these are the problems that you are going to apply or you are going to use to solve problems involving sequence and series. Arithmetic sequence, geometric sequence, arithmetic series, and geometric series. Now let us have an examples on how to solve problems involving the following. Example number 1. For an arithmetic sequence problem, Ferdinand saved 10 pesos on the first day of the year, 12 pesos on the second day, 14 pesos on the third day, and so on, up to the end of the year. How much did he save on the 365th day? Since this is an arithmetic sequence, in-analyze na natin, that is the first step, i-analyze mo kung ano yung problem, if it is a sequence or arithmetic sequence or geometric sequence. And then, let us apply the following steps for our solution. Step 1, understand the problem, identify the given information, and what is asked in the problem. So, ano yung mga given? Since the data are 10, 12, 14, so the sequence is 10, 12, 14. For that sequence form, our first term is 10, and the common difference is 2. And n is the 365. Okay. We are asked to solve for the amount saved on the 365th day, and that is a sub 365. So we are going to solve for a sub 365, the 365th term. For step 2, we need to make a plan. Since the given are the first term, which is 10, the common difference, which is 2, and the number of terms, which is 365. The formula for this will be a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d, looking for the value of a sub 365. For step 3, carry out the plan. So we are going to solve using the formula. The first thing that we need to do is to substitute the given terms. Meaning, we have a sub 365 replace n by 365. Then replace a sub 1 by 10. Replace n by 365. And replace d by 2. So we have a sub 365 is equal to 10 plus the quantity of 365 minus 1 times 2. Then we are going to simplify. Simplifying first those expression or terms inside the parentheses. And this is 365 minus 1, which is equal to 364. Multiplied by 2, we have 728. Then let us add 10. The sum will be 738. So we have the value for a sub 365, which is 738. For step 4, we are going to interpret the result. So what do we mean by this value? A sub 365 is equal to 738. This is the amount that he saved on the 365th day. The answer is 738 pesos. Next, example 2. For an arithmetic series. The first row of the concert hall has 30 seats, and each row after the first has one more seat than the row before it. There are 40 rows of seats. What is the capacity of the hall if there are 40 rows? So again, this is an arithmetic sequence, but this time it involves series because we need to find the capacity of the hall if there are 40 rows, meaning total number of chairs or total number of people that the hall can accommodate based on the number of chairs in each rows. So we are going to add, finding the sum. Analyzing the given data, we have 10, 6 each row. Thereafter, madadagdagan ng 1 more seat. So meaning, for step 1, the first term will be 30 as the number of seats in the first row. And then each row madadagdagan ng 1, kaya yung common difference natin is 1 because ang next row natin ay 31, then ang next row natin ay 32 number of seats, and then ang next row natin ay 33, 34, and so on and so forth up to 40 rows. So n is equal to 40. Again, the first term is 30. The common difference is 1 since we are adding 1 more seat for each row thereafter. And the number of term is equal to 40 because we have 40 rows, meaning makaka-form tayo ng 40 terms pertaining to the number of seats per row. Now, what is S? The capacity of the hall if there are 40 rows. Meaning, we are going to solve for S sub 40, the total number of chairs or seats from first row up to 40 rows. So, this is an arithmetic series. Kung i-add natin siya or isusulat natin yung series siya ay 30 plus 31 plus 32 plus 33 plus 34 and so on and so forth hanggang sa maka 40 terms tayo, hanggang sa 40 rows. Next, for step 2, making a plan, since the given are a sub 1 equals 30, common difference is 1 and the number of terms is 40, the formula that we are going to use for this arithmetic series is S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of 2a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d to solve for S sub 40. Step 3, carry out the plan. So, using the formula, S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity 2a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. Then, we are going to substitute the given data in our formula. S sub 40 is equal to 40 as the value of n over 2 times the quantity of 2, then multiplied by the first term, 30, plus the number of terms, 40 minus 1 times the common difference, which is 1. So, isimplify natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis or ng bracket. Yung 2 times 30, 60 yon. Plus 40 minus 1, 39 yon. Plus times 1 is 39 pa rin. So, yung sa loob ng parenthesis is 60 plus 39, that is 99. And then, if we are going to divide 40 by 2, this is 20. So, we are going to multiply 20 by the result inside the parenthesis, which is 99. So, 20 times 99 is equal to 1,980. So, this is the value of S sub 40. What does S sub 40 equals 1,980 means? So, let us interpret the result. The capacity of the hall is 1,980 people. So, that's the answer because the total number of chairs for up to 40 rows is equal to 1,980, applying the arithmetic series. Now, let's proceed to the next example. A geometric sequence. A certain bacterial culture double in number every hour. If one bacterium is placed in a glass beaker at 8 a.m., how many will be there at 12 midnight? So, this is an example of a geometric sequence because the keyword here is double. Sabi ko nga kanina, doubles means we are going to multiply this by 2. So, kung at 8 a.m., meron tayong 1 bacterium, and after an hour, madodouble lagi. So, at 9 a.m., the number of bacteria will be 2. After another hour, 10 a.m., magiging 4. After another hour, 11 a.m., magiging 8. And then if you are going to list down the number of bacteria from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight, so makaka-form ka ng sequence containing 17 terms. Kung ililista mo 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. up to 12 midnight. And then yung ang terms mo doon ay yung mga number of bacteria for each hour. So you have 17 terms, number of bacteria from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. Kaya dun sa step 1 natin, identifying the given information and what is as. Ang first term natin ay 1. So, ang first term natin ay i-determine ng number of bacteria at 8 a.m. So, that is 1. And since this is multiplied by 2, yung 1, 2, 4, 8, those are the number of bacteria. The common ratio is 2, multiplying by 2. And then there are 17 terms from 8 a.m. up to 12 midnight. That's why n is equal to 17. Now, what is as? How many bacteria will be there at 12 midnight? Meaning, we are going to solve for a sub 17 or the 17th term, the number of bacteria at 12 midnight. So, for step 2, making a plan. Since the given data are the values of a sub 1, which is 1, the common ratio, which is equal to 2, the number of terms, which is 17, the formula that we are going to use will be a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So again, yung n natin, yung number of terms, yung a sub 1 ay yung first term, r is the common ratio. So nandiyan naman yung mga given data. That's why that is the first step, identifying the given information. Then let's proceed to step 3, carry out the plan. Let us solve. In our formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1r raised to n minus 1. I-substitute natin yung mga given terms. So we have a sub 17 equals the first term 1 times the quantity of 2, which is your common ratio, raised to a power n, the number of terms 17 minus 1. So simplifying your exponent, 17 minus 1 is equal to 16. Then, simplify your exponential term, 2 raised to 16. 2 raised to 16 is equal to 65,536. Kung wala kayong scientific calculator, paulit-ulit nyong imumultiply yung 2. So, yung 2 na 16 times. If you have scientific calculator, you just press 2 and then press the correct symbol or yung y raised to x, press 16, the result will be 65,536. Multiplied by 1 is 65,536. This is the value of a sub 17. And what do we mean by this value? So, 65,536 is the number of bacteria at 12 midnight. Okay. What about an example of a geometric series? So for a geometric series, let us have this problem. A student saved 10 pesos on the first day and doubled his savings each day thereafter. How much was his total savings after 7 days? So, andyan na naman yung keyword na doubled, meaning nagmumultiply lang sa 2. So, common ratio na agad natin is 2, kaya siya ay geometric. Now, bakit series? Sabi ko nga kanina, hinahanap yung total savings, meaning kung yung ating first amount saved is 10, then madudouble, sunod ay 20, sunod ay 40. Yung series natin ay 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 80 and so on up to the 7th day ng savings niya. Asking for the total savings, meaning this is a series. Finding the sum. Step 1, understand the problem. Ano yung mga given information at ano yung itinatanong sa problem. So, yung first term natin, syempre, yung first amount na na-save niya. Yung first day na na-save niya. And that is 10 pesos. And then, what is the common ratio? Sabi dyan, doubled. Itinatimes sa 2. So, the common ratio is 2. And then, what is n? So, ilan ba lahat yung, gaano ba katagal siya magsisave? 7 days. So ibig sabihin, yung number of terms natin for that 7 days is 7. Now, what is as? How much was his total savings after 7 days? So, you are going to solve for S sub 7. Sum of the 7 terms. So, S sub 7. For step 2, making a plan. Dahil ang given natin ay A sub 1, 10, may common ratio tayo na 2, may number of terms tayo na 7, at ang hinahanap na ay S sub 7. So, the formula for this is S sub n is equal to A sub 1 minus A sub 1 r raised to n all over 1 minus r, since this is a geometric series. For step 3, let us solve. Carry out na natin yung plan. Dun sa ating formula, mag-substitute na tayo ng mga given terms. So, we have S sub 7 is equal to 10 minus 10 times 2 raised to 7. Let us simplify first yung term na mayroong exponent. At yun yung 2 raised to 7. So, 2 raised to 7 is equal to 128. This is 2 raised to 7 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 7 times yon. The result is 128. Multiplied by 10 is 1,280. Then, simplifying your numerator, 10 minus 1,280, we have negative 1,270. Then, your denominator is 1 minus 2. So, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So, meron tayo ngayong negative 1,270 divided by negative 1. So, if we are dividing two negative numbers, the result will be positive. So, S sub 7 is equal to 1,270. Ibig sabihin, ang sagot natin doon sa problem, ang sagot natin doon sa tanong is the total savings after 7 days is 1,270. So, I hope na intindihan yung example 1 to 4 on how we are going to solve problems involving sequences, whether it is a arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence, or geometric series. Basta wag niyong kalimutan, alamin niyo muna kung siya ay arithmetic or geometric. Kapag total ang pinag-uusapan, series. Then, ano ang formula? Dapat alam niyo kung ano ang formula na gagamitin. At yung formula, dapat mai-substitute nyo ng tama, mai-identify nyo ng tama yung mga given terms at mai-substitute nyo ng tama dun sa formula at mai-simplify nyo rin siya ng tama. Okay. So, dun sa inyong hawak na module, may ipinadala akong dalawang activity or dalawang activity sheets. So, activity 1, who am I? So, we have 5 columns here. The first column are the 5 problems. Then, we have second column, arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence. Up to the fifth column, we have geometric series. Ano ang gagawin? As stated in our directions, you are going to identify if the given problem involves for an application of arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series, geometric sequence, and geometric series. So, ang gagawin lang, put check on the column that correspond to your answer. So, si number 1, after mo mabasa at after mo ma-analyze, na-notice mo halimbawa na meron siyang common difference, tapos ang tinatanong ay n term, i-check mo yung column ng arithmetic sequence. So, ganon. I-analyze nyo yung problem, tingnan nyo kung may common difference, kung may common ratio, and then ano ba ang tinatanong, n term ba or total ba? Para malaman nyo kung arithmetic sequence, series, geometric sequence, geometric series. I-check nyo lang yung tapat dun sa column. Okay? Napakadali ng activity 1. At yan din naman yung first example ko dun sa ating discussion, mag-identify ng problem kung ano siya. In activity 2, so solve me. Directions, solve the problems by completing the process chart below. So yung ganun-ganon din sa ginawa kanina, dun sa mga present ko sa inyong examples ng problem. So basahin yung problem ng mabuti, i-analyze kung anong uri ng problem, para ma-identify natin ang mga given terms dun sa step 1, yung what is as at kung ano ang dapat i-solve. And step 2, based on the given terms, anong formula ang gagamitin. In step 3, gamit yung formula, magsasubstitute ka na at magsisimplify. So, magsasolve ka para makuha ang sagot. And in step 4, yung nakuha mong sagot, ano yun? So, you are going to interpret your answer. Ano yung nakuha mong sagot? So, there are two problems here written in the first column and second column. You just complete the solution by filling out the 4 steps here. So, sundan natin yung examples kanina na ganun din yung masunod nyo sa dalawang problems na yan. I hope na masagot ninyo ng tama. Happy learning grade 10.